So, yesterday was my 2-month anniversary on HRT. I was not feeling great. Decided to wait until today when I had more time, more energy. Starting on new treatment for my medical stuff. That's a whole other video. Not feeling great. I'm dealing with some of the dysphoria this month. I would say probably a little bit more than last month in different ways. Also some good things happening at the same time, so it's a little bit of a balance back and forth. I had a whole incident with my hair growing back. It is looking a little bit better this month, I would say. Pieces are growing back in. It's a lot more, like, I can kind of part it in the middle now. It doesn't look completely awful. That is an awful way to part it. Doing this in reverse, oh my goodness, I just did it the wrong way. Don't mind me as I completely mess up my hair. Yeah, it was, because it's growing in slowly in spaces, I think it was just at a spot a couple weeks ago where it was grown enough to push the longer hair out of the way and reveal the balder areas a little bit more, and I was freaking out thinking I was balding more when I was on the HRT already. Thankfully, I don't think that was the case. It seems to have gotten better as time has gone on, and it does look like it's starting to grow in a little bit more. So I think that's just what was happening, is it was just a part of the growing back stage of the hair loss. It's definitely not where I want it to be, clearly. It's still growing back slowly. I'm okay with slow progress. Anytime I think that the progress is being reversed, I start to panic a lot. I really don't like that. My 3-month checkup is next month, so I'll see where my levels are at and see if we need to up my dosage of the estradiol. I definitely don't want to increase the Spiro. I am having to urinate a lot more than I would prefer to have to go to the bathroom, and I'm taking a pretty low dosage of it. And that can make it so your parts down there don't work, and I would like mine to keep working, because non-binary I'm okay with down there. It's kind of like hair, facial, like body hair that I have issues with dysphoria. Speaking of which, this is pretty dysphoric at the moment. It is better. I have noticed my facial hair has slowed down a little bit more. I shaved yesterday morning. I was gonna shave this morning, but I actually ended up cutting my neck down here pretty badly, so I decided to pause on shaving today. And I don't need to shave without getting, I'm not, the dysphoria isn't terrible until tomorrow when I wake up. I'm gonna kind of feel it. I've been having a lot of dysphoria with the mustache, because that's where my darkest hair seems to end up being. And although I do not recommend this, do not do this if you have control. I've been failing at self-control. I've been plucking my mustache hair, which you should not do, because if you ever want to get laser electrolysis in the future, which I probably will end up getting at some point, plucking your hair will make that more difficult, because it changes the follicle underneath and makes that process, I'm not sure if it's more painful, more difficult to get rid of the hair permanently. Do not recommend. I've been doing it because the dysphoria has been getting so bad and I just cannot handle it. And it's weird, it's one of those things, it didn't bother me too much, but now that I'm starting to see changes and accept who I am, it's starting to bother me more. Other stuff, I'm boy moding a little bit. I just kind of have a male shirt. The weather changed, which is good and bad. Most of my cooler clothing is still male, and I most of my skirts I have are designed for summer, because that's when I found them the most comfortable, because I like the coolness of skirts, in terms of airflow and everything. But I'm I don't have money to buy new clothes, so I'm just kind of boy moding, but I'm still feeling pretty feminine despite that. I am getting more like chest growth slowly, very slowly, but that's fine. That's not something I'm particularly like looking for. If I get it, I do like it, but it's not like I need that. I have noticed my face seems to be feminizing a little bit in a weird way. I haven't quite figured out what I'm seeing that's making me feel like my face is more feminine. I think it's actually my eyebrows thinning out. I've always had like these huge, big, bushy eyebrows, and they're still like big and bushy. I mean, they're still pretty masculine, but it does look like they're kind of like going up further, which is a very feminine, like facial thing, instead of having them down. So I think that's what I'm seeing, but I'm not certain. I haven't noticed, like, I still have a lot of body hair, as you can see on my hand. I haven't noticed a whole lot of changes from last month overall. If anything, it's been very minor in terms of changes, other than like the hair thing that I had, that incident. There hasn't really been a whole lot going on in terms of changes from the HRT, which makes me think I've maybe plateaued a little bit, and that's why I'm curious to see what my levels are at when I go for my appointment next month. With health stuff, I haven't had the energy to really keep up with some of the maintenance stuff. Like, I haven't had energy to paint my nails, unfortunately, which isn't helping with the dysphoria. And that's very unfortunate. It just kind of is what it is. I don't know, I've been kind of boy moding a little bit because my health hasn't been great, and there's just been a lot going on, and the extra stress of trying to deal with the emotions related to being more out in public, even though I'm clearly not a female but wearing feminine clothes, it's very stressful, and I have a lot of stress already. So I've been kind of pulling back a little bit just so that I can kind of keep myself a little bit calmer. But then I'm stressed because I don't feel like I'm presenting the way I want to be. So that's an issue. I'm still trying to like find a middle ground with that. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to update this month. Like I said, there hasn't been a whole lot of like significant changes. The first month I was on the HRT, I definitely noticed like significant things. Second month, not too much. Maybe some slight like continuation of things that started in the first month. But nothing major, which is disappointing. It's disappointing because I'm not where I want to be. Yeah, I'll see my appointment next month. I'm honestly not sure if the appointment is before or after my anniversary and the refill I get for the HRT. I think it's before, but I might be wrong. We will find out. When I make my video next month, you'll know. Honestly, if it's like a few days, if my appointment's like a few days after the anniversary, I'll probably wait until after my appointment so that you guys get the updated info on that immediately. Not that anyone's really watching this. This is more for my own own reference when I look back at it. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. My hair's getting longer, which is nice. I don't think there's really anything else I've noticed that's significantly different. I've lost a little bit more weight, and I have noticed, I have noticed my face kind of going in more. I don't like that, because that's very masculine. I am noticing like I have a little bit more like cheek, which is nice. That means the HRT is doing something. But yeah, kind of an Dealing with a lot of dysphoria this month. I mean, it's an improvement, definitely. Seeing my hair slowly return and the baldness go away has been just relieving, to say the least. But yeah, definitely not where I want to be. But it's a very long process. So if you're watching this and you're starting HRT, just know it's going to take a while. I mean, I knew that going into it, and it's easy to kind of get discouraged when you're looking for changes very quickly. But it just doesn't happen that way, because it's a long process. But I will be back next month, and I hope you're all doing well. Stay beautiful, stay radiant, and stay safe and healthy. See you then. Bye.